And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Cheap Ludes. Look, just a little quick video for you guys right now. Nothing crazy. Just a little rant video. It's been a while since I've done one of these. Actually, I say that every time, but I actually really don't think it's been like crazy long since I've done like an actual rant video. It is what it is, though. Look, I just want to talk about a couple of things here, right? The locker codes from last night. It's been a big discourse in the community thus far, especially today. There was a little bit of discourse last night, but today, you know how the My Team community is always like 24 hours late to start discussing things on Twitter. So it is what it is. So I want to talk about the locker codes and give my thoughts on this. Just not because I value my own thoughts and think they're incredibly important, but just because, sometimes I feel like an outside perspective is nice, especially when it comes to 2K stuff. Also, why is Scott Skiles the greatest defender to ever touch the fucking earth over here? Like, Jesus. All right. Anyways, if you're not familiar or you just don't really care enough to pay attention to this kind of stuff, which I totally understand, I feel like my mental health would be infinitely better if I didn't pay attention to this kind of stuff. 2K gave out locker codes last night during the broadcast for the 250K tournament, right? Finals. The locker codes they gave out 6 of them. Each one of them included a limited quantity dark matter, and those dark matters were LeBron, Kobe, Luka. Yeah, LeBron, Kobe, Luka, T-Mac. I believe was Kareem part of it. I don't remember if he was. I honestly, the last one, I don't even remember who the last one was because I got so upset after the T-Mac one that I just kind of gave up at that point. Regardless, the reason I'm bringing them up is because they were limited quantity, right? Now, there's 20,000 people watching these broadcasts, okay? So that's the first thing I want to say. I have no issue. I have issues with them doing this because I think it's stupid to begin with. They should have just given away no codes realistically. Like, if from a PR standpoint, like it's just a bad look for them. Regardless, it is. I was gonna say realistically again, but it's like a bad look for them regardless, right? Because yeah, you're rewarding a couple people and a couple people are gonna be happy, but 90% of the people 99% of people are just going to be pissed, right? Like, you know what I mean? So from like a PR standpoint, it's a bad idea regardless. Yeah, it'll get people watching the stream and you can make ad revenue because they ran like 9 ads at a time during the 250K tournament, which like 2K. You couldn't have just turned off ads for this. Like, you really had to keep ad revenue going on the Twitch stream. That just should tell you everything you need to know right there. I mean, that ad revenue is so minuscule. Like, it's 20,000 people, so it's not like it's nothing. But like to 2K, it's, trust me, I know how the ad revenue splits work on Twitch. Like, okay, like those 9 ads they were running every 30 minutes, they weren't doing enough damage to the point where they could have just eaten them. You know what I mean? It wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But back to the codes. Now, I would say that in concept, I don't like the idea. I don't. And I never have liked the idea of them doing this. I mean, they used to do it all the time back in the day. 2K15 through 2K18, they did it constantly. That was pretty much all locker codes were like limited time cards that you realistically couldn't get. Pink Diamond Karl Malone being one of the examples that I remember specifically. Now, the thing is, a justification for this will be older people will come in and be like, oh, well, you wouldn't have survived a day in 2K15 or whatever. Just because something happened in the past, it absolutely isn't going to be a big deal if it happens again. Like, come on, bro. We hated it in the past so much, they changed it. There's a reason for it. Don't let them just bring it back for no reason. 2K does do this stuff all the time. I saw a lot of people also saying, like, why would 2K do this? You know, it's the first time they've done this. It's not. They do it with VC all the time. Like, they do limited time VC codes near constantly, if I'm not mistaken. So, at least they have in the past. So, it's not new. Here's where I have an issue, though. Just all thoughts aside on the locker codes being a thing, period. Because they did drop a guaranteed opal one, which was like kind of whack, but also kind of okay at the same time. You know what I mean? Later on, Pistol Pete and Yee are cool. Like, they could have put like Grant Hill or something in there, would have been a little bit better. But it is what it is. The reason they're not, most of the people that I see that are hyped are people who obviously got one of the cards, which the number one thing that is said to me when I start talking negatively about it is like, oh, you wouldn't be pissed if you got one of the cards. Yeah, dude, no one would. Like, you know what I mean? But here's the issue with the codes, and I feel like this is not getting touched on enough. is we have people running Android emulators on their PC, copying the codes over directly and getting multiple of the limited time cards. Like, and this isn't one or two people that I'm seeing doing this. Like, there's a lot of people I'm seeing getting multiple cards, like 3, 4. I saw a dude get all 6 on Twitter. Like, you know what I mean? So that is where I'm kind of drawing the line in the sand as far as like, this is fucked up. Like, if you have people who are not only just getting lucky and getting like 1 or 2 of these cards, like you got guys getting 5, 6 of these limited time cards. That's crazy. And then you got to think, when somebody's watching the Twitch stream on mobile, they're typically about 30 seconds behind anybody who's watching it on PC. So that 30 seconds is imperative. To give you guys perspective, I put in 4 of the codes, the first 4 codes. LeBron, T-Mac, Shaq, and I believe Luka were the 4 that I put in. It took me, for Tracy McGrady, it took me 5 seconds to put in the code, and it was gone. For Luka, I used my phone, and I believe, was it Luka or Shaq? Luka or Shaq, I used my phone, and it took me about 3-4 seconds to put in, and it was gone. So that should tell you how fast these things were gone. And I was watching the actual stream on my PC on ultra low latency mode, right? While I was streaming it. So I wasn't watching my own stream. I wasn't watching anything. Like, I was watching the stream. So right when they came on the stream, I was on it. Like, I was like, yo, I'm getting this T-Mac. And I still didn't get it. So that should show you. But I wasn't using Android emulators to copy it directly over like a lot of people were. And that should show you how fast they were actually able to do that. Because it took me about 4 seconds to put the code in, and it was gone in 4 seconds. That should tell you how many people are doing this, and B, how effective this strategy was. I think I'm one of those people who usually get mad when it comes to stuff like this, because like I think in my mind that like it would be really cool if like some kid who like plays this game that like doesn't spend money on this game had the chance to get Luka because Luka's his favorite player. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I look at it, right? Content creators with 2.5 million MT getting these cards is fucked up. I'm sorry. I'm going to be the first to say that. Like, that it is. Like, it's one of those things where, like, if they didn't get it, some other super sweat who probably has the same amount of MT probably would still get it for sure. Like, I get that. So I'm not hating on anyone directly for getting them. I mean, do you exploit? Like, the system is the system that's in place. I would have exploited it too had I had the opportunity. Like, had I known about this little Android emulator exploit, like, I probably would have done the same. I'm not gonna sit here and virtue signal like I wouldn't have. I would have. I would have, and because I didn't, I'm mad about it. But I'm also me, so I would have admitted, even if I had gotten the cards, that it's kind of fucked up that I had gotten them all. You know what I mean? It's just weird to defend this locker code situation because this locker code is objectively fucked up. I mean, obviously they were doing these locker codes to bait people into watching the stream instead of going to watch, like, for instance, DBG or Isaac or someone else's stream, because then there would be a little bit of a latency. So people wouldn't get the code. So they were encouraged to obviously go to 2K's stream, you know, instead of watching it through another person's lens. That's why they were doing it, right? Which is fine, I guess. I'm just like puzzled at them running ads. Like, I just don't understand why they would run ads. Like, like, they're a literal multi-billion-dollar company, and they were still like, yeah, bro, we can't run this stream without getting the $97 worth of ad revenue. It's just not, it's not possible. We have to run 4.5 minutes worth of ads. Like, we have to run 9 30-second ads. Like, there's just no way. We don't have a choice. Like, we need that $97. Like, we do. So it's just really interesting. I mean, unless they have a different ad split that I don't know about, maybe. But as far as like your average creators ad split, they were doing it for like $47, $48 probably, which is just, it shows you everything you need to know about 2K. But the locker codes were ass. I don't care. We can sit here and we can defend them on Twitter. I mean, I could hop on twitter.com right now. I don't know why I said .com, but I could hop on Twitter right now and see a bunch of people just defending these locker codes, mainly because they got them. I mean, the thing that's weird is I see people that are like literally being like, I didn't get any, but I like the idea. The fuck are you talking about? What do you mean you like the idea? You didn't get any. Why do you like these? Why do you like the idea? I don't understand. Explain it to me. Like, why? Why do you like the idea? You didn't get shit. You should not like this idea. If they do something and then you're not able to get it, you should not like it. That's just facts. Like, I'm sorry. That's how it should be. Like, I'm not sitting here like looking at the 250K tournament. Like, that's something I can look at and be like, all right, well, I didn't get that, but I like that. It's like a tournament. Like, I got something out of that. I did streams and stuff. It's cool. Whatever. But like this locker code, I'm not sitting there and be like, damn, I didn't get any of these cards, but I like the fact that people with 2.5 million MT got 4 of them. I like that. That's cool. No, I don't fucking like that. I'm sorry, I'm getting demonetized this video. I don't care, dude. I'm just super mad about it. Like, it doesn't matter. As always, been your boy Cheap Ludes. I'm sorry, dude. These people on Twitter just been driving me nuts today. Like, I just don't understand how people like dick ride 2K so hard all the time. Like, you can live a video game and you can also critique the things that they do. If there's anyone that deserves to be critiqued, it is Take-Two Interactive and 2K in general. Like, they're the most exploitative, but exploitative video game company in existence at the moment. Yes, they're worse than EA. If people are not vocal about the things that they do, they're just going to keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it and pushing it until it's a breaking point. That's just how it is. Until people just stop playing the game. So if you like the game, you kind of have to be vocal about these things and kind of let everyone know about these things that you don't like, or else they're just going to keep doing them and they're going to keep ramping it up. Look, a good example of this. Pack odds. We can all admit pack odds are worse than they've ever been in 2K. Like, they're worse than they've ever been right now, currently. I thought last year was bad. This year is horrendous. I mean, I've watched multiple people open millions of MT and honestly hundreds of thousands worth of VC of these bracket buster packs. And I've saw more people not pull a Dark Matter or a Power Within Opal than I've ever seen before. That's crazy. All right. And that's happening all the time this year. And we've kind of not pushed back as a community on the packs in 2K for a long period of time. And we're kind of reaping the rewards of the terrible odds at this point. Like, they're still doing sub 2% chance for 99 ranked players at this point, which is nuts. By this point last year, they at least had it at 2%, which is, crazy. They're still worse. I don't know. All I'm saying is, should they have been, hey, a free shack for every player? Yes, it should have been a free shack for every player. Yes, it's the thing that drives me nuts too, is people are so fucking dead set on other players not getting free stuff. Like, they're like, no, like, because then I'd have to face Shaq every game. Okay, well, if you're so fucking good at this game, then you shouldn't have an issue of facing Shaq every game, should you? Right? Like, you shouldn't have an issue with that since you're so good at this game, right? Like, it shouldn't be an issue that every player, if a player sucks, just having Shaq really isn't going to do any damage realistically. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Have a good day, you guys. Thank you for listening to me screech. I appreciate it. I'm sick, so my voice hurts, but